Alright guys, I actually had another one, but it wasn't going well, so I deleted it. I am doing a question and answer video. Like I promised, I'm recording this on my PlayStation Eye, and wondering why I'm recording in my kitchen. It's because it's got the best light. But yeah, so far everything seems to have had kind of a test run, I guess, there. I'm sitting here, so hopefully everything will go right. We'll find out how it goes. Anyway, let's get started. Alright, Eve Christian asked, to be honest on... that is an ellipsis. Harry Potter. I am not a. I'm not actually in the Harry Potter fandom. I watched the movies with James and other friends and stuff, and it was okay, but it didn't really pull me into the universe. Now I haven't read the books, but usually if a movie is good enough, I mean, if the universe is interesting enough to me, the movie will even a bad movie will pull me into it. Like I watched Avatar, the Last Airbender movie, and you know how bad that is, and it got me into the series, and I love it. Or even like Percy Jackson. I only watched like the first half of that film because my friend got sick, but it wasn't all that good to me compared to the books, and I ended up really getting drawn into the universe. But I also know that I'm not real big on like places where like the whole thing is a school, or they're learning to be like there's a school for learning to be magical and all that. I don't know. That always just kind of takes some of the fun out of it for me, I guess. On Doctor Who, love Doctor Who. I got into it actually like just last year, but I'd always been meaning to watch, just never did. And oh man, I mean, I fell in love with that. I do actually miss the Davies era somewhat, if only because like I don't know, some of the overall plots were a little less complicated, a little more personal, and I guess during the beginning of Moffat's run, like the first thing. Some stuff happens. I won't say what happened. I don't want to spoil it, but some stuff happens that I mean were cool and all, but the Doctor had kind of done that just the last season, and it kind of lost its effect to me from what happens at the end of season 4 of series 4 and what happens at the end of series 5 were kind of similar and not similar, I guess, but I would have rather a more personal story, which is why I actually loved the Day of the Doctor and the Night of the Doctor, and also the Christmas episode, which I can't remember the name of it now, or maybe it was the 50th. I can't remember the name. Anyway, I love Doctor Who. Yeah, Pokemon. I'm actually a pretty big fan of Pokemon. I got into it when I was a kid. I was around for Red when it came out, and so I played Red on my Game Boy, and ended up selling it to the only girlfriend I've ever had. It was unique, and basically I ended up selling it or giving it to her or something like that. I can't remember now, but I lost it and didn't play again until Pearl when a friend of mine gave it to me to play on my DS, and I just got right back into it and started enjoying it again. Was I mean the graphic change was a lot, and all the stuff you could do, and I still play occasionally, but I don't have a 3DS, so I'm left behind. I don't have a way right now of getting Black 2, which I want to play through it first, and then get X or Y on the 3DS. I hadn't decided which yet when I get me a 3DS. On my opinion on Eve. Eve, you are cool. You are really cool. You couldn't see it. I pointed with this hand, but you are really cool. You are always fun to talk to. You're I'm sorry, excuse me. James gets away with it, but yeah, you're really cool to talk to. So I always have fun talking to you. You always got something interesting to say, and you're from Texas. That automatically makes you awesome. Even terrible people, when you're not a terrible person, but even terrible people, if they're from Texas, they get like plus 100 to awesome. So you've got like you're already awesome, and you're Texan. So I mean you have nothing to worry about. I should probably keep my hands up here if I'm going to talk with them, because all you see is my arms doing this. Group crush. Basically, most of the girls in this group that I would crush on are either too young for me or too far away. So I've kind of tried to like kind of stay away from that because I can get attached real easily. And I like people, and I mean, don't get me wrong. If I were the age of some of the girls on here, oh man, some you girls are all, like, everyone in the group. You are all so pretty, But there's the ones that are my age, they're too far away. The ones that are not my age are also too far away. So I guess that's kind of a universal point. But what I'm trying to say is that most of y'all are too young for me. So I'm not. I've kind of stayed away from that. But I can tell you now that if I were y'all's age and in the same area, pretty much every girl in this group I would probably have a crush on. Let's see. Melina Pulaski, I think I read that right, probably not, said, "Would you live in the ocean if you could?" And I would like to answer with a song by Ernie, which says, uh, yes, I'd like to travel the sea, but I don't think I'd like to live there. I might stay for a day if I had my wish, but there's not much to do when your friends are all fish, and oyster and clam aren't real family, so I don't want to live on the sea. Hope that answers your question, because that was the intent. I went and looked up the lyrics for that just so I could do that. I like that song. I was 3 when I heard it. Let's see here. Will Guest says, honest opinion of him. Will, you are really freaking awesome. I always have fun talking to you. You're a good guy. You're real calm and cool and collected about everything. You don't really get that upset from what I've seen. You're a really good guy, and you like to talk to people. You seem really good with everyone in the group. So you're cool, dude. Let's see. Now, Brad, he asked lots of questions. Thank you, Brad. He says, to be honest of him, I haven't really talked to you that much, Brad, but every time I've seen you post, it's been pretty funny. You seem pretty cool, so you get a pass. You get a seal of approval. That was a seal, and it was approving. That was an approving. What superpower would you give me? I would give you the ability to give me superpowers, as well as all of us having lots and lots of money. That would be a good superpower. Are you a demigod? Lots of fandom questions here. Are you a demigod? Yes, I'm a fan of the Percy Jackson series, so I guess that I'm in the fandom, so that makes me that. A wizard? No, I'm not a fan of Harry Potter, as I mentioned before. A tribute? I have not actually made it into the Hunger Games series yet. I keep meaning to, haven't made it yet. I'm working on it. Let's see. What house? House Stark, because I'm not into Harry Potter, so I insert Game of Thrones. Haha. Favorite spell? I don't know of any. Maybe one that'd make you fly or something, or like a spell that would like punch through stuff. Like, I'm not a Harry Potter fan, so I don't know the spells that well. Which weapon? I guess that's another. Oh, I'm sorry. Before that, it says I skipped a whole bunch. It said what cabin? That would be Zeus's cabin. It's been a while since I've read the books, so I can't really answer that much about that either. But yeah, in Greek mythology, Zeus is cool, even though he's not a nice person. Favorite person in Percy Jackson? It's been too long since I've read them to remember everybody, but Percy was cool. I liked him. He was a pretty cool character, so I'll probably go with him. What district? That's the Hunger. That was what led to the Hunger Games, which I saw which weapon. I'm assuming that was actually part of it because it was right next to it, but I skipped. Anyway, so now we're back where we started. Meantime, in the meanwhile, anyway, it's late, whatever. I have not actually read the Hunger Games or watched any movies. I've been meaning to get into it, but I haven't yet, so I can't answer any of those questions. What weapon? Which weapon? The Warhammer of Zillihu. I don't know. I'm assuming that's also a Hunger Games question. How far into the arena could you get? Another Hunger Games question, I suppose? Or do you mean the Colosseum, the Romans fought? I don't know. Probably not very far. I'd feel bad for everything that I did. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I did it a lot better than in my trial video. A lot. A whole bunch. He is extremely talented, that woodchuck. Tag him. Tag. You're it. He also asked, would you die for someone in this group? He said this. Very specific. Yes, I would actually. Billy and James are two of my best friends. I would definitely die for them. And I imagine that if anyone in this group were, like, in front of me and dying, I would try and, give my life to save them. I would like to think that I would do that, but you never know until you're there. Why can't penguins fly? They have wings. They're too heavy, I believe, is the answer. They're heavier than most creatures, so than regular birds, so they can't fly. They do, however, underwater. The way they swim looks a whole lot like flying. So, in a way, they do. In their dreams, in their dreams. It's very late. In their dreams, they fly. I lost my place. Okay, here we go. Favorite bird? I don't know many birds, so the phoenix. I like phoenixes. They're birds. Invertebrate. It's late. I'm assuming that means like insects or something, or fish of a certain floppy nature, or octopuses, octopi, mollusks. Anyway, yeah, reptile, Godzilla. I don't know actually. I don't know any amphibian, mammal. My favorite mammal is me. I'm an awesome mammal. Good mammal. Good mammal. Let's see. He also says, "Why can't we be friends?" And I'm assuming that it says from Toy Story. I don't remember that part, so I'm assuming it's from when Sid has Woody, and Woody is and Woody is freaking Sid out for because Sid was kind of a bad person. Let's see. Any pets? Yes, I have two pets. One is Twister. He's my Chihuahua, and I call him my little wolf because he looks like a little wolf. And there's Starlight, my cat, who I've had her for a lot longer, and she's kind of unique. I just kind of call her irritating. Let's see. He tagged some people. That was very nice. Thank you, Brad. You're a good Brad. You get a pat on the head. Do you like potatoes? I am a food person. I love food. So yes, I like almost all types. Oh, au gratin potatoes is so good. Oh, and potato candy. My mom makes potato candy. It's sweet, and you make it at Christmas time. Oh, it's so good. I want some now. Anyway, do you believe in Pegasi? No, not really. I'm pretty sure that, like most Greek myths, they were myths. Myths. Do you want to build a snowman? It doesn't have to be a snowman. Sure. There's snow outside. Let's build a snowman. There's not actually enough to build a snowman, I don't think. He'd be a very small, dilapidated midget snowman with aspirations and dreams bigger than he was that he could never fulfill, leading into a lonely, depressed life in his 30s. Anyway, so, okay, I'm gonna mess this name up, but Savitri Swaminathan. Savitri Swaminathan. Yeah. I am so good at that. That's going to be my job. Do you like English water? I'm not really sure what English water is. I didn't know there was a difference between English water and like American water. I'm assuming that when you drink it, it's like, oh, pip pip, I'm being killed now. Oh no. Oh, jolly tally ho. I imagine that's how English people speak too. I should probably brush up on that. Honest opinion of her. You're really cool. You seem really cool. I don't really get to talk to you that much, but every time I've talked to you, I've seen you post, it's always been very friendly, very open. So you're a good person. What are you wearing? This. It's a black shirt. Black shorts. Underwear. I'm not actually emo. This is my around the house clothes. Yeah, I dressed up so well for this, didn't I? Favorite colors. I have one favorite color. It's dark green. And James has probably heard enough about that from me to fill a book. Movies, books, actresses, actors, songs, singer, band, element, fandom, beverage, food. I've got so many of those I can't pick a favorite except for element. I love the air element, but they're all cool. They've all got pretty cool stuff. But yeah, I can't really actually say on any of that. There's so many different things. I'm in so many fandoms. My hobbies and interests. I like to sleep and eat and play video games. Sometimes I breathe air, but no, I'm a gamer. That's pretty much all I do. I'm recording this on a PSI, so that ought to say at least a little bit about my gaming habits. But yeah, that's I like to write. I want to be an author, but I'm kind of working on that. Let's see. Brad asked if I am a duck. I am not a duck. I checked. Do you got any grapes? I do not have any grapes, unless that's a euphemism, and if it wasn't, I just made it a euphemism. In which case, that should be obvious at this point. Got milk? Yes, I do have milk. I'm not going to show you because I'd have to stand up, and I don't want to do that. He also wants to know, Brad says, can we have a midget party? I'm sorry, can we have a party with midget cowboys firing themselves out of cannons? Out of cannons. Yes, yes we can. Peter Dinklage better be there as a guest star. That sounds awesome. Juliana Florence Stoner. I made a post a while back about last names and if they were words, and how in my head I'm like, so. Uh, honest opinion of Juliana. We haven't spoken that much, but the times we have, you seem pretty cool. I liked talking to you. You seem pretty open and everything. OTPs. I think that means one true pairing. I'm kind of new to shipping stuff still. I don't really do it that much. I guess Superman and Lois. Um, uh, I'll say Tin and Rose. Yeah. Okay. Describe your bucket list. I actually haven't made a comprehensive bucket list yet. I plan to. Mostly it involves going to other countries, taking trips, going to see more of my own country. I like to travel. I don't know. Eat lots of food before I die. How old am I? I am 29 as of last December. So, yeah, that's kind of weird when I'm sitting there thinking about when y'all were born. I was, hanging around doing stuff, thinking that I was the cool kid at the rink. And I'm an old man. Excuse me, old man burps. Favorite flavor of juice? Strawberry. Anything strawberry. Will knows my age. He just thought he'd put that in here. Good, Will. Good job, Will. You'll get a cookie. Hannah also asked if I would like to build a snowman. See above. Or back. Or to the left if you're looking on a clip. You know what? Just, yeah. She says, describe the beauty of dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs. I believe scientists have discovered that they're starting to lean more towards this theories that dinosaurs actually evolved into birds. So instead of being just wiped out, and they're actually saying now that they found more evidence or something, I guess, of more dinosaurs having feathers other than just like Archaeopteryx. So there's a lot of still debates on that and everything, but I think they're pretty much taking it as fact now. That's what happened, that they became birds, and apparently there's actually a lot of feathers, but still, dinosaurs are really really cool. I have to admit, if there was a Jurassic Park, as much as I would fear it happening, I would probably be one of the first people in line if I could afford it. Hannah also says, is she the best potato? Yes, you are the best potato. You are such a good. Hannah Potato is best potato. Honest opinion on butterflies and babies. Butterflies are cool. I like monarchs. Babies are cool. I want to have a kid when I grow up. I'm going to readjust my microphone. I do want to have kids when I grow up, so babies are cool, but they are also, biohazards. Crawling biohazards. Aside from not having any idea of words. Words. Come here, words. Come here, words. Okay, they didn't come here. But aside from not being able to clean themselves properly, personal hygiene. They came. Hello, words. That's not. Don't make that dirty. But yeah. Basically, personal hygiene. They don't have a concept of that really because they're babies. They also just seem to projectile anything. They cry, they spit, they vomit, they poo, they pee. Anything they do, it's just a projectile. It's just like they got arcs on those things, Let's see here. What else? Hannah also says, why aren't leprechauns real? Maybe they are. Maybe they were short Scotsmen and they just didn't have a good name for them. She said, when is she getting... Hannah also says, when am I getting my letter to Hogwarts? Am I even getting my letter? Because if I don't, I will cry. Do you want me to cry? I don't want you to cry. Don't cry, Hannah. Don't cry. You will be getting your letter to Hogwarts soon. Outlook looks good. With my vision eightfold, I see that your outlook looks good. When do I get to meet Benedict Cumberbatch? She wants to know when she gets to meet Benedict Cumberbatch. Soon. Outlook looks good. Uh, Juliana Florence Stoner asks, can I live in a hobbit hole when I grow up? Technically, yes, because they do have underground houses. I've seen them, not personally, but on the news and stuff. And they're supposed to be kind of energy efficient, I think. So yes, you can. You can make it look just like Bilbo's home. You can make it like Bag End and go and have fun. How awesome is Smog? Asks Hannah Ferduis. Very awesome, replies me, Cody, the person speaking. Yes, they're actually really awesome. I mean, he's really awesome. He likes to give pep talks to himself while he's flying away. He's like, "I am fire. I am death." I think he's flying along, going, "Oh, that was so cool. I'm gonna say that when I get somewhere. I'm gonna be like, "Oh no, it's small." I'll be like, "Yes, I am fire. I am death." And they're all gonna run around. I'm gonna eat them. Humans and orcs and goblins and orcs don't taste very nice. Where was I? Oh yeah. Hannah asked, "Are we friends?" Of course we're friends. Juliana asks, "Can we be friends?" Of course we can be friends. Hannah asks, "How do helicopters work?" The rotor spins really fast and creates lift, and it's attached to the helicopter, so it lifts the helicopter up. The back rotor is actually for stabilizing, I believe, so you don't go which, yeah. So, crash course. I'm so smart about helicopters. I know all the technical terms. The turny thingies make the doohickey go up, and the thingamabob keeps from going all waxadaisy, and stuff. Air. Hannah asked, "Do you hate snakes as much as I do?" No, I love snakes. I wanted a pet snake when I was a kid. Still wouldn't mind a pet snake, and they're pretty cool creatures. But my mom wouldn't let me have one because she was a girl, I guess, and also because of the whole Satan thing. It was she wouldn't let me have snakes because of that. Let's see. Juliana asks, "Do you hate rapists as much as I do?" Yes, they are terrible people, and I wish that girls could have karate abilities instinctively that only activated in those situations, so they couldn't kick my butt. But so if there was a rapist around, they could kick their butts. He'd just be like reach forward, he'd be like, and it would just happen, and then there'd be movies about it. I think something just happened. Either one of my roommates are up, or my dog just destroyed something. I'm not sure which. He's a tiny dog, so he couldn't have destroyed much. Where was I? Noises. Let's see. Helicopters, snakes, and rapists. Oh, yeah. Hannah wants to know if she and Juliana are telepathic. Yes, obviously. Obviously. Brad Lynch went the wrong direction. Oh, he asked if he could build a snowman. Let's see here. Brad Lynch wants to know if he can push Hannah off a cliff with no wand or wings or anything to catch her because she stole his question. Sure, go ahead. There are certain fictional characters which we were all acquainted with that have survived, apparently, with varying theories on how they did it. Hannah asked, "Are butterflies really made of butter?" No, they are not. It was there were many casualties. That's not a day I like to think about. She also wants to know if she can push Brad first, which I think will create some sort of strange paradox, but sure, go ahead. "Are butterflies made out of butter that still fly?" asked Brad Lynch. No, Brad. No. Going on to the next. Juliana says, "Can I catch Hannah and save her life?" Yes, if you can break into the paradox, which, of course, you can only do what the plot actually allows you to, which means that if you have a TARDIS, it'll be the witty dingy flingy blinger that won't allow you to actually go in there because it's broken, or just, Moffat said no. I think my dog's having a conniption fit. I don't even know what that is. That was just something my grandmother used to say. Alright, let's see. There are lots of conversation going on, which aren't actually questions. Eve says, "Do you like weed?" And Brad, apparently around the same time, said, "Do you smoke Mary J?" No. Excuse me, the answer to both questions are no. I don't really like it. I don't smoke it. I don't like doing drugs or drinking or anything like that. There's some people I know that did not do well with that, and I don't want to have to worry about that. And I messed up enough as it is. So yeah, I can't imagine what I would be like if I were on anything. But that's not to say that I think anyone's wrong for doing it or whatever. They're not bad people. It's not my culture. It's not my thing. Everybody's got fandoms, right? So that's their fandom. I'm just not a part of it. Let's see here. There was a lot more. Brad says, "Can pigs fly?" It depends on your definition of flight and the velocity and I just almost just said the same thing. The velocity with which you launch them, uh, and probably the planet that you're on and the gravity amount that there is and everything. Sure, sure, yeah, yes, Brad. He asks how I pronounce Savitri Swaminathan's name, and I probably got it better the first time around. Savitri, yeah, yeah. Ted, I say Ted. Hello, Ted. Do you prefer weed or flowers? As I am not a fan of weed, I would prefer flowers because they're prettier, and I can stick them in a bowl and let them grow. And weeds you just have to cut down with your lawnmower and work. Brad decided to cry in a corner, and I'm supposed to ask. Hannah wants to know if I can ask Brad to stop crying. Brad, stop crying. It's okay. It's okay. Hey, Brad, Brad, space, Brad, stop crying. It's okay. It's all right, man. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Got your back. They do that in movies. Uh, why is Juliana's last name really close to Boner? Well, her last name is Stoner, so she already gets her last name's already a thingy that you don't need to change it to be like, your last name's a word, because her last name is a word. So that's cheating. Stop it, Brad. Stop it. Don't cry. Brad said cries harder. I told you not to. I'm sorry, Brad. Anna says, "Can you ask Mary Poppins to help me with my life?" No, I'm sorry. Not at the restraining order. Brad says, "Are you special?" You're very special, Brad. Who's awesome? You're awesome. Juliana wants to know why Brad is so mean to her. Hormones. I don't know how old Brad is. Nanomachines. Nanomachines. That's the answer to everything. Let's see here. Why are we all crying? Juliana asked. I don't know. Maybe someone's cutting onions. Let's see. And Brad apparently cries himself to death through dehydration. That is not something I recommend, Brad. And Juliana wants to know, will I attend Brad's funeral? Probably not. I don't think he lives anywhere near me. Don't mean to be rude, but I can't fly yet. And then she asked if I would resurrect Brad. Yes. That didn't work. I may have created a homunculus. Let's see here. I think that may be the last of the questions. Oh, Juliana Flores asked, what would be your Bogart, Cody? Humphrey. I would have a Humphrey Bogart. Because I don't know what that is. I know what Humphrey Bogart is. I don't know what a Bogart is. It's like something in your... Boogie on my six. Pew, pew, pew.